What is up, guys? It is Coasters and Things here today, and in this video, I am reviewing Altair at Cinecittà World in Rome, Italy. This is an Intamin 10 inversion coaster, the new version, and this review can probably apply to the other ones out there as well. I got to ride this coaster on a special trip I took with my university in December 2022. We had a free day, so I got to go here and ride this coaster. So Altair is in the Spaceland area of Cinecittà World. The whole theme of Altair is that you're traveling aboard a spaceship faster than the speed of light. It's a pretty cool theme if you ask me. Very futuristic. There isn't really any theming during the ride, but with a ride like this, it doesn't need it. So you get in Altair's station and you select your row. You take a seat in the train and pull down your restraint. This coaster does have lap bars, not over-the-shoulder restraints. That I was very thrilled to find out. I didn't know much about this ride going into it other than it was a 10 inversion coaster. So I was very happy to find out that this coaster has lap bars. They're pretty comfortable lap bars. I think they could come down farther on your legs during the ride, but it's not as noticeable as some other roller coasters I have ridden. I have also ridden Sky Rush at Hershey Park, which is another Intamin coaster with similar looking lap bars, yet there is a night and day difference between which ones are more comfortable. These are so much more comfortable than Sky Rush is. The restraints are perfectly fine in my opinion. So you dispatch out of the station and notice that this ride actually has a cable lift hill. It's only 108 feet tall. It doesn't need a cable lift hill. But the fact that it has one is very impressive. This means that you reach the top very fast, in just 15 seconds. Once you hit your max height of 108 feet, you then go down a curved drop to the left. This drop is okay. As with all roller coasters, it is better in the back. If I'm completely honest, I thought the drop was pretty forgettable because there are 10 inversions coming up. At the bottom of the drop, though, is where I assume you hit your max speed of 53 miles per hour. You also notice that there is a little bit of a rattle that starts right here. It's not bad at all. It's very tolerable, but it is somewhat noticeable. So this ride is not glass smooth, but still fairly smooth, just with a slight rattle to it. The first inversion you encounter is a vertical loop. This loop is pretty tight, and as a result, I grayed out during this element every single time. I rode Altair 5 times, and every time I grayed out during the vertical loop. It almost reminded me of a Schwarzkopf loop, how tight those things are, just not quite as circular. Next, after the loop, comes an airtime hill. I wasn't expecting airtime on this ride, but believe it or not, you get good ejector here. I was shocked that this ride has an airtime moment, since this ride is very heavily focused on positive G-forces, not negative G-forces. So that was a nice surprise. You then go under the pathway and up into a cobra roll. I loved this cobra roll. I know some people don't like cobra rolls, but I loved this one. It was so forceful during the apex of the entry up there, and then during the apex of the exit out of it. You then dive under the pathway again, and then go through 2 consecutive corkscrews. Between the two, I liked the first one more. It is more forceful than the second one. I believe on 1 or 2 of my rides, I grayed out during the first corkscrew. You could very well gray out here. These are some whippy corkscrews. I liked them. You then turn to the left and go into the signature element on these coasters. This is the quadruple heartline roll. 4 heartline rolls back to back to back to back. I was so excited for this element, and it lived up to the hype. The hang time going through these rolls is just fantastic. It is awesome, and it is made even better due to having just a lap bar. Far and away, this was my favorite part of Altair. This element is exclusive to these 10 inversion coasters. You will not find this element on any other coaster model. That's why they're so cool to experience. And they're rare, too. Finally, you take a turn to the left, and through the ride's final inversion, a single heartline roll, and then glide into the brakes. That is Altair for you. This is one of only 6 Intamin 10 inversion coasters in the whole world. None of them are in America. You'll have to go overseas to experience one of these. That's why this is one of my proudest credits I have. I liked this ride more than I thought I was going to. I expected it to be good, but was surprised at how much I actually liked it. It is very re-rideable. When I was at Cinecittà World, it was an absolute walk-on. Therefore, marathoning it was very easy. I had a friend there with me that day, and he said that this was his favorite coaster he's ever ridden. That should prove how good it is. For Altair's overall score, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. I really feel like these 10 inversion coasters are slept on. They are not talked about enough, probably because most of them are not in major parks. Of the 6, there's this one, 2 in China, 2 in the UK, and 1 in Russia. One last thing, if you've ridden one of these, comment down below which one you've ridden and what you thought about it. If you haven't, I know they are in kind of obscure locations, but if you are able to go out and ride one of these Intamin 10 inversion coasters, you will not regret it. They are really cool. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And this is Coasters and Things, signing out.